My name is Derek Midcap. I'm the Director of Marketing for K-Strong. We have something that we're really excited to share with you guys today. It's called the K-Strong Compass mobile app. We developed this app to solve some major problems within the fall protection and safety industry. And I'm going to boil this down today for sake of time to three main issues, three main problems that this app solves. The first issue is an easily accessible, efficient, and cost-effective way to keep track of assets within a company and out in the field. This has been tricky over the past years in the fall protection industry. There's been too many barriers to cross for this. The first of those being that the software that could do it needed to be developed, and then number two, if there was a software out there that could do it, it was very expensive to get. And in addition to that, it usually only worked with RFID tags, which you needed to buy an expensive RFID reader to be able to read those tags. And so having that reader, it was only accessible to a couple people within the company. So it really wasn't something that was helpful to the workers out in the field. Great for the competent, users and so forth to be able to do the inspections, but that was about as far as it went. The second issue was providing workers with an easy way to access important product documentation such as manuals, technical data sheets, declarations of conformity, testing documentation, and in addition to that, pre-use inspection guidelines for each piece of equipment for when they were out in the field. Another thing that was useful with this, another problem that this was going to solve, was also allowing companies to be able to track whether or not their users, their workers, were actually doing the pre-use inspection guidelines on a daily basis, which they should be doing for optimal safety. There hasn't been a method in place so far that any of us have been aware of until today. The final issue, the final problem that we're trying to solve with this app is that there needed to be an official reporting method for competent users to be able to do their inspections. And they needed a way to be able to keep record of these inspections and to be able to easily share these inspections. And they needed to have a way to be notified when the 6-month inspection was due for these products. So with all that being said, there's a lot more features to this application that we could show you, but I do want to be conscious of your all's time today, so we're going to dive right into this and see what this does. So first of all, problem number one, an easily accessible, efficient, and cost-effective way to keep track of assets. Well, on the cost part, we decided to make a bold move at K-Strong, and we made this app totally free. It works with the entire line of K-Strong products. No extra cost to the end user or the companies or the distributors, anything like that. Totally free. So just want to put that out there so you all know that. Every product that we produce has its own serial and batch number, and that's how we track every single product that we have. And this is what is used to actually be able to register assets into the app, and I'll show you guys that here in just a minute. In terms of being easily accessible, the Compass app is available on all Apple Android devices, whether it be a phone or a tablet. This app works on them all. And then in addition to that, it also works on a web-based computer module as well. So you can access this from your desktop computer too, if that's more efficient for you to work with. So those are all taken care of. And then finally, in regards to the efficient manner providing all the aforementioned features, that's what you guys are about to see and what I'm going to demonstrate for you guys, just a few of these features. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys, I've got a screen share here of my phone up here so that you guys can follow along with me and see what's going on. So you can download this once again from the App Store or Google Play if you got an Android device. I've already downloaded it on my phone, and you can see it down here in the right-hand corner. Just type in K-Strong Compass when you're searching for it. And so I'm going to click right into this, and we'll jump right in here. The first screen that brings up here is just some basic information. This information may change from time to time, but it's just a simple explanation of what the app does. We're going to click into the dashboard here. And so this is where things start to get really cool. So before I mentioned to you that RFID tags was the only method that could be used for registering assets or keeping track of assets. Well, number one, the tags were expensive and the readers were expensive. Well, the Compass app, what it does, it goes beyond that. Now it can use your device, whether it be an Apple phone or whether it be an Android phone, and it can use the RFID reader that's built into that device now to read those kind of tags. But in addition to that, it can also use QR codes. It can also scan a label directly, which I'll show you. Or if all these other methods aren't available, if RFID is not there, QR code's not there, or if the label's smudged on the item or something, you can also do a manual entry as well in order to take a look at an asset. So on this screen here, you guys can see I'm registered in right now as a corporate account. What I'm going to do is I'm going to log back out of this. I'm going to log in as a worker account, and I'm going to show you guys a little diagram here shortly about how the hierarchy will work if I have time. So, but anyways, in the meantime, though, with this, we'll jump back over here. I'm going to log into this as a worker account so that I can show you how easy it is just to register an asset. So, did I use your name as a... Oh, forgive me. I'm going to log in here as a worker account just so you guys can see how easy it is to use this and register an asset. So I logged in there as that. And so if we go into the dashboard here, once again, we can use those four methods to be able to enter an asset. I'm going to show you how to scan a label. And so I'm going to go into my example here on the screen for this, and I'm going to hit scan label. And it's going to pull up the camera on my phone. And all I have to do is get my camera right over top where the batch and serial number show up, hit the camera icon, take a picture of that, and it's going to pull up all the details on this item. So at this point, I have the option to where I can register that item. And what registering does is it makes that asset a part of my individual toolbox. And so if I go back into my registered assets, here are all those assets that I've registered. And the one that we just did, I think, was 8,057 down there. So what's really cool with this is I'm going to dive into this one right here. So we can see through a stoplight system whether or not this item is due for a 6-month inspection. So if it's a green light, it's within that 6 months. If it is within the 5-month mark of needing an inspection, that stoplight turns yellow. And if it's past 6 months, it turns red. Email notifications are sent out on this as well. And so a user and also a company can keep track when these things are due inspection so that the competent user can get out there to take care of it. Something that's really cool here, there's just so many things I want to show you guys, but I'm going to try to dial this down here. You see the little blue icon here on the screen. That right there is something new that we've added that was a request by some of the safety directors out in the field. I'm going to click onto this here. Basically what this is it's when the last disinfection of this product was done. Sometimes you have users that share assets and they bring them in at the end of the day and they put them in a box. And those things, with COVID-19 going on out there, another user might grab that item the following day. Well, when a worker comes in from the field, they can actually go through whatever disinfection process that they've decided to use, and then they can take a picture of the item. I'm also going to do a little photo here. And so with that, we can use that photo and we can submit. And now it's going to keep track of, if I click the blue icon again, you can see here's what the item looked like when I did the disinfection on it. And it gives the date and time of when that was done. So, and I can add remarks to it and all that kind of stuff. So it's just another way for workers that share equipment to be able to say, hey, was this thing cleaned before I put this thing on? So there's that. Another thing that is very useful for the workers out in the field is the pre-use inspection guidelines. These are customized to every product that we have based on what elements and components actually make up that product. So for instance, with this SRL here, it's got a sticker, it's got a swivel eye on it. Of course, there's casing to it and there's a wire assembly. And so what this is doing is it's telling the worker out in the field, hey, you want to make sure that this label is clear to read. If it's not clear to read, hey, there's an issue here, you're going to want to stop use. Or, looking at the hardware here, you want to make sure you're not finding any sharp edges or deformations. All these items are on there for the worker out in the field to be able to look at and say, okay, I've checked this, I've checked this, I've checked that. And so after they've done that, they can actually click I confirm. And so if okay, they don't need to leave a remark. But if they've done something to where if they've noticed something like there's a burr in the metal or something's wrong with the cable, they can leave a note there and hit not okay. That will immediately take that asset stoplight and turn it to red if it's green, and then in turn the inspector at the company will be notified that, hey, this asset is due for inspection because there's something wrong with it. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and hit OK on this. And so when we hit OK on this, there's an alert that you've seen pop up there saying that pre-use inspection has been done. And then if I click reports, there's also, here's a report that this thing was inspected. And so here's what we got on there, worker one. And basically what this is just saying is, hey, I'm out in the field, I've taken a look at this, everything's good to go today. So, and there's also something cool, you guys might be able to see it right here, latitude and longitude. On all these reports that this generates, it shows the geolocation for where the worker is when they've done the inspection. That can be useful later down the road for rooftop inspections and those types of things. So let's back out of this here. That is the pre-use inspection. We've just made this as simple as possible so that workers can be as safe as possible out in the field. I'm going to click back into here. I'm going to go back into my dashboard. I'm going to click into my registered assets. We'll jump back in here. Something else that's really cool, very useful. A user, a worker out in the field can see the declaration of conformity on this particular asset. And as you can see there, there's a serial number, and there's a batch number for this specific item, saying, hey, this thing is passed, and there's the standard that it's been rated by. So that information is available for each individual item, and we also have general declarations of conformity for a particular model on the back end of the knowledge tree. I don't know if I have a chance today to jump in the knowledge tree, but if I do, I'll show that to you here shortly. You've got technical data sheets that are on here. This is really cool. You can pinch and zoom on the phone. You can see a lot of the information that you need to know about this item. And in addition to that, not only can you see this, you can use a little red button down on the bottom to share the same documentation, whether it be through a text message, mail, WhatsApp, whatever it might be. It'll take and share the PDF document of this. So that's extremely handy. The user manuals are on there. Inspection history on there if there's been an inspection. This one has had an inspection back in June. We can actually view the inspection report on this one. And so as we look down through here, this is what an inspection report looks like. And we can see that all the items were good on there. It was signed off on. It's got the who it was inspected by, the latitude and longitude. All the information's right there. And again, you can share this inspection report, which is so crucial. So there's the inspection history on this one. We'll back out of that here for a moment. Real quick, I want to show you guys, I'll just go ahead and jump into it. There's a feature on here called the knowledge tree. And in the knowledge tree, this is being developed out daily, but you have access to the entire line of the K-Strong products. So we can dive in here into the accessories. We can pull up an item such as this one right here, and we can see some information on this item. We can see the picture. We can look at the product specs, and again, we can see like the user manual on this item. And again, pinch and zoom, you can do that on here. You can share the manual on the item. You can also see something really cool on the back end here that a lot of companies don't put out front and facing, the testing report. So we know that this particular item meets a certain ANSI standard. We have the full documentation of that testing on the back for every single one of our products. So that's available back here in the knowledge tree on everything that we have in every category. So we'll jump out of this. I'm going to jump back over here into, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to log out of this account and we are going to jump into the corporate account. So the corporate account, this is where this sheet comes into play. So the corporate account, what it does on here, and these are just some fake accounts that I've created, but I wanted to show you all that you have the ability to track assets through divisions of a company. So you have some large companies such as Dow Chemical or whoever it might be, and I'm sure they have multiple divisions, and under each of those divisions they have multiple workers. Well, logged in as the corporate account, I can go into my dashboard here and I can see that there's 7 registered assets within the company. Well, it breaks it down even further. I can see here I got the Atlanta division, I've got the New York division, and I've got the Houston division. So I can click into Atlanta here and I can see all the assets that are registered within the Atlanta division. And if I'm an inspector or someone in the corporate office that needs to get in touch with a worker that has a particular asset that is due for inspection, I can just click on the little icon right here of the gentleman. And when I click on that icon, I can get their email address, I can get their phone number, whatever I need there to be able to reach out to this person saying, hey, this item is due for an inspection. That information is available to corporate and the inspectors so that they can use that. So anyways, so all this is there. This is something that's just very basic and simple that I've created here just to kind of give you an idea of what you can do with it. You've got client accounts, and you have an inspector account, and you have your basic public worker accounts here. And there's a very simple way of keeping track of all this stuff within the company. And again, I want to say on this is totally free. This is no cost to any of the companies out here to use this. Anybody can download this app today, go in and register for free, and they've got an account and immediate access to this app and what it can do. So that's that part. One thing that I want to show you real quick here too before I'm out of time is I'd like to show you that there is a back end to the app as well. I told you that this had a web-based desktop portion to it. So if we log in here, this right here, I'm logged in as the corporate account. Now we just registered an asset just a minute ago through the app. So right now it's saying we have 6 registered assets within the total company. If I hit refresh on this, yep, there it is, 7. And I can click the view icon there to see all those assets that are registered to the company. So, and you can see the different serial numbers and batch numbers on there. Let's go back into the dashboard. Once again on this, we have the ability, you can hook up a QR code reader, an RFID device, any of those things to be able to input this on a desktop as well. They sell those on Amazon very cheaply. Or we can even do a manual entry on the product. So if we take a look at this part here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, serial number 8057. So I'll go back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8057. I can hit submit, and I can see all the information once again on this particular item, the inspection history, the manuals, the technical data sheets. If I click into this, here it is. So that's available there. One other account that I want to show you, I want to log in as an inspector account. This is what the inspector backend looks like, and what's important for them is all the inspection reports that they've done on here. We've got 4 inspection reports. If I click the eyeball over here, it's going to show me the inspection report that was done. It's going to give me the date and time, the latitude, longitude, geolocation. When they're doing inspections, if there's an item that they have a problem with, maybe there's something wrong with the label, they can do an image before they did the repair on it and after, and you can click in this and see this on the back end. And not only that, I mean, this thing is available as a PDF as well too on the front end. So all this is here. It's readily available, very easy to use. And if you need some more information on this, just visit kstrong.com. On the front page of the website here, you're going to see a little icon here, a little banner for the Compass app. You can jump in there. This is going to walk you through a lot of the features and benefits and what this does and what you can do with it. There's even a short video there that you can watch about it. And then at the end there, you can download a Compass flyer as well too. And it has it has a QR code that you can actually scan with your phone. You don't have to download the app to be able to see this in action. You can just scan that QR code and off you go, and you can see the benefits to what this can do. So once again, my name's Derek. Anybody here at K-Strong will be happy to help you out. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you.